Okay, beautiful people of the world. This is Durdana, and today I'm going to talk about this period between the two eclipses. Why is it so important this year? And what is ending today and what is starting today on the 23rd of March today, and why is it so important? So, first of all, talking about this period between two eclipses. We had the lunar eclipse on the 14th of March, and we are going to have a solar eclipse on the 29th of March. Now, eclipses are like heavenly signals, and the time period between these heavenly signals is always like a rite of passage, very heightened energies, and there is always more opportunity of revelations and getting answers to our questions, getting insights. It's magical in its own way. It's never normal. It may be intense because of what is starting or ending, but it's magical in its own way. And it's the period of very heightened intuitive senses and unprecedented clear messages, more clearer than usually we would get when we are walking in this time period between from one eclipse to another. This is a very highly informative period. It can be a call to action, courage, insights, breakthroughs, answers, usually the kind that we would not have so easily, are easily available. All we have to do is stay open to us individually. The collective will take care of itself because the collective evolves through the individual. Now, why is this so important this time? First of all, like I mentioned in my earlier podcast and posts, March is one of a kind, unlike anything we have ever had in our lives so far, first of all. Secondly, in between these two eclipses, we had the equinox, which is rare. In between these two eclipses, we have a Mercury retro and a Venus retro going on, which is like reflective actions, which is like insights on steroids. And during this period, we also have Venus starting on today, in fact, on the 23rd, we have Venus starting its new cycle in Aries, which is going to be one of a kind. And for that, I'm going to post separately, but I'm going to tell you what it really stands for. So, in brief, I posted in February that I have been receiving again and again that the dates from 23rd of February to 23rd of March is like a date with destiny energy timeline. And when I researched, I discovered that at one end of this timeline was Mars going direct, starting its new run in 2025. And on the other end of this timeline, on 23rd of March, is Venus starting her new cycle in Aries, which is going to be her most powerful cycle yet. And this message was so strong that even though I knew the meaning of destiny, I just had this urge to go and check out where did this word really come from. And what I found was that it comes from the Latin verb destinare, meaning to determine. And I thought, it's not so fated after all. Our input matters, and that determines the outcome or destiny of what is going to come through for us. And that's what karma is. What we sow, we get. Now, there's another thing happening today. During this walk, Saturn is losing its rings. It is a scientific phenomena. We all know that. It's a scientific phenomena which happens when Saturn's rings align edge on with our line of sight, making them seem invisible. And this happens every 13 to 14 years. And the last time it happened was in 2009, and it's going to happen next in 2038 to 2039. But actually, what this stands for is more of the weakening of Saturnian paradigms of rigidity, control, dictatorship, corporate rule, patriarchal, toxic attitudes and relationships. Because Saturn's rings are Saturn's robes. And the universe never speaks in flukes. And I always check my messages and what I'm receiving again and again. So, Saturn is naked without its robes, and its rings are its distinct identity. When these are not, when we are not, you're not seeing it, it's like Saturn is without its rings, right? This is the time when Saturnian paradigms are taking a big blow, they are weak. This is going to happen for a few days, then they are going to come back, and in November this year, it's going to happen again. This is a sign of a big blow to the Saturnian paradigms, and obviously, if it's a big blow to the Saturnian paradigms, it's good news for all humanity. I'm mentioning everything very compactly. You can say I'm just touching the highlights, because if I cannot go into detail in a podcast. But so in between these two eclipses, which is also a portal between portals, eclipses are portals. They are time shifters. They are time booms. If you heard my podcast on the lunar eclipse that happened on the 14th, you must have heard that. So they are also portals. So we are right now walking in between two portals. Pay attention to what's opening inside of you and outside of you, and discern wisely what will take you in the direction of that which you wish to accomplish. Now, empowerment is about being proactive. It's not about thinking, oh, this is what the universe is showing me, so this is a sign from the heavens and I should go for it. No. We have to be proactive. We are in charge. When we do our best, then we get the best. And when we do our best, then we leave it to God Creator. Now, every time the passageway between two eclipses usually has a lot of happening, but there is a general kind of an outline as well. And because 2025, I've literally been saying that again and again, is about overriding the codes. And one thing which I'm noticing again and again is that things come up and you have to do something which is in alignment with your truth that helps you to override those codes, the matrix codes, the conditioning codes, whatever it is. Because, everything is about perception and what we believe. We can change our perceptions, we can change our beliefs. But of course, we can't fake it. It has to come from our truth. For that requires a lot of inner work, which this energy that we are passing through right now is very conducive. Another theme that I'm noticing is many will notice that life is coming around full circle in some way, in some area of their life. Something is happening or will happen that will remind them of life coming round full circle. And when I came across this energy, I felt it was like a good kind of energy, not toxic things repeating themselves, but like something good. Now, in addition to this being a highly sensitive area between two eclipses, and unlike any other month of March that we have ever lived through, a period of active energy between two eclipses, the kind we have never had in our lives so far, with Mercury retro and Venus retro very active. We all know Venus and Mercury retro are energies that help us to dig deep and bring out gems and jewels of insights and revelations and empowerment that is very helpful for us to move ahead with more clarity, with more power, and with more joy. And with Venus starting her new cycle also in this period, and Saturn losing its wings, the word wings was suddenly given to me right now. Saturn losing its wings, literally. Yeah, I used the word robe earlier. I just heard a whisper in my ear. Saturn losing its wings, and it's true. When I came across this information in 2024 about this date, I literally heard Saturn losing its shit about this day, about Saturn losing its wings, its rings. Now, in addition to all of this happening in these 14 days between 14th of March, and 29th of March, we have another very important cosmic messenger, which is a comet. And like I told you last night, I have a thing when I look at the picture of a comet or something about a comet, when I tap into its energy, I can tell you, I get exactly what it is all about. Comets are messengers. They are messengers, they carry codes, sometimes for delivery to certain populations on Earth, sometimes to all of humanity. They are not just passers-by. The universe, there is something that we see physically, and then there is something which is energetically. And there are people who read the energies of things and stuff. So I won't go into that detail anymore. So this is comet 21P oblique. I hope I pronounced this right. It's Giacobini-Zina. And this is a paradigm shifting comet. Means whenever we have seen it, there has been a huge shift of paradigm. We had it on 11th February 2012, and we know the message is delivered at that time. Millions woke up to a destiny call after that year ended, and life was never the same for many of us. Then after that, we had its perihelion in 10th September 2018. Now, 2018 was a hijacked year. What was supposed to happen that year was blocked. And what was destined did come out in bits and pieces, but it didn't really work. 2025, this is having perihelion again, means it's closest to the sun and closest to the it's closest to the sun on 25th March, and it was closest to the earth on 21st March. Means it is touching both places from 21st to 25th in such a short period of time between these two eclipses. Now, the good news is that 2025 is such a powerful year that it's too powerful for them or to hijack it anyway. And whenever I say them, you know what I'm talking about. There are forces, there are Saturnian powers that have ruled the earth and whatever, it's like an entire matrix. They don't have the power to hijack it this time. So imagine in 2012, we didn't have the energies that we have now. If it brought such a big paradigm shift in 2012, imagine what it is going to do in 2025. And this also comet is showing itself in this time period between these two eclipses. This is big, this is huge, folks. Plus, like I already said, we have already had an equinox that is one of its kind. It's a rare equinox, unlike anything that we have ever seen before. I've posted on it 2-3 days back on my Facebook page. I have two Facebook pages. One is with the name of Durdana Dance Joy, and one is This Is It. You can go and read it there because the equinox starts our new natural earth year. So its information is relevant to us for the entire year. It's a rare equinox. This will tell you how important 2025 is. And this equinox is happening between two eclipses is also rare. And this equinox was rare. So much is happening between these two eclipses. Walk it well, walk it wisely, my friends, and do not be afraid. This new cycle of Venus that is starting, I'm posting a small one on it separately, maybe tomorrow, hopefully. And because it's relevant information that will make this podcast too long. But regarding this time, make wise use of this time and be open to yourself is my kind advice and humble advice to yourself. See yourself, be unapologetic to yourself. That's all. You don't need to be unapologetic to anyone. Unapologetic to yourself. Give yourself permission to change your mind as many times as you wish to, because that is who you are. You can have one perspective. It's not about being fickle-minded. It's about discovering something and saying, no, I want this. You have to be unapologetic to yourself, to be true to yourself. My darlings, happiness requires courage. And yes, please excuse my over animated, over excited voice because I am very excited about all this is that has been happening. As always, like I told you, I should have posted maybe a little earlier, but I didn't because I was very busy and but I knew today is the 23rd, and at least that date with Destiny timeline is ending and Venus is starting her new cycle. So I thought, just let me hop in and deliver this. Who knows who it's going to help? I was told 2 years back to start talking to the people, but I kept on procrastinating and delaying it. I wasn't sure because anyway, so but now I've started and I would really appreciate it if you like and subscribe because I'm trying to get this information out to as many people as possible and receive as much love from the world as possible. God knows I need that and I would love that. Now, all of this thing that I've told you, what have I told you? There is another rare, very rare thing happening in between this. From the 18th till the 21st of this month, in between this, which happens to again happen, in between these two eclipse period, Venus is going to be visible in both the morning and the evening skies. This is a rare occurrence again. The next one will happen in 2033. So Venus is not only starting her new cycle, she is also going to be visible in both the morning and the evening skies from the 18th to the 21st, which of course 21st has passed, and this is a rare occurrence. How many more signs do we need, man? Now, the patriarchal paradigms wanted you to believe that Venus is about romance, it's about docileness, it's about softness. Venus is much more than that. And in what I'm going to post next after this is going to tell you what Venus really is. But in short, Venus is a paradigm of self-integrity, self-empowerment, self-assertion, the joy of self-beauty, in all of its material, energetic gain and wealth, all of it. And Venus is not only starting its new cycle in Aries, the way she is starting it, or it is the way Venus is starting this cycle, is marvelous, man, marvelous. So I handpicked just a few very important points so that this podcast wouldn't get long, and. So this is what I'm going to post. I hope this convinced you. We still have some days to go to the 29th and do what you want with this information. And one more thing I forgot to mention about this comet that I mentioned. When I saw this comet's picture, and I tapped into its energy, its light was so bright that I suddenly opened my eyes as if it was hurting my eyes. And it was on a kind of a delivery mission. It was in a hurry, as if on a time crunch. I felt it had a message to deliver and it wanted to deliver it fast. Very brilliant harbinger of energy. And then I did the research and I discovered that, oh my God, in 2012 all this comet passed as well. The universe never speaks in flukes. The universe delivers things in signs. We pick which signs we want to give our energy to, and we leave those signs we do not wish give our energy to. If something is giving you the bad juju, bad vibes, ignore it. It's not for you. Say, I refuse to. Simple. Because what you choose to give your energy to is actually what you allow into your life. You are showing that you are accepting it. If something is bad juju and you are in high vibes, man, that energy is not for you. It's for anybody else who believes in that kind of shit. So all the best. Enjoy this ride till the 29th. I'm going to post on the solar eclipse that's happening on the 29th as well. All the best. Have fun. Enjoy. Be self-empowered. Love yourself like nobody can ever love you, and love yourself like Even you didn't know you could love yourself like that. Honor yourself, love yourself, enjoy yourself. All the best. God bless you. I love you. Until next time. All the best.